everybody, it's Aaron Cates and welcome back to the channel. Sounds really weird saying that because I just closed out the HD hood video, but we're in and we're working on the Ford today. We're going to be pulling the axles out. We are straight axle swapping it. I found a guy that wants to trade. He has 78 F150 axles that have the outers converted to 8 lug. So they're coil sprung axles, but they're 8 lug outers. So it'll have 8 lug wheels, but it'll be an F150's gear ratio and everything like that. I believe it has 373 gears in it. That's what he said. So we're going to get to pulling the axles out. I'm hoping to at least get the steering linkage and everything apart tonight before it gets dark. I can't really work too much after dark because I don't have any lights to show you guys what's going on. So I can only work till dark, and then I have to wait till the next day to do more to show you guys. But let me show you the wheels and tires I picked up today and give you a little something about what happened with these. 37 1250 by 16.5 BF Goodrich mud terrains. They've got some 16.5 by 12 Alcoa aluminum wheels. I actually went in and hand polished this one right here just to get an idea of what kind of shape they were in. I think all I need to do is just do a cut, polish, and finish on these wheels. I don't think they'll need too much sanding. They're actually not in bad shape. I just took some steel wool to this one and then did a hand polish. I'm sure if I got my Zephyr kit out and actually did everything intensely, I could get them looking like my Forces. Now you guys see these on my Ford and you're like, wow, last time I saw the Ford, it was on 35s with black wheels. I sold those. I had them posted for $800. I had a kid from South Tampa come up here and was gonna pay me 800 bucks for him. He came here on these and couldn't fit them in the back of his Bronco. So I took 300 off the price and I basically got these for 300 bucks. I'm gonna post them online for 700. See if I can get 5 out of them, come out on top. And I've already got some wheels over there. I paid $350 for those. So just swapping and making money, guys. But these are some 39.5s, basically a 40, and they've got great tread and everything, but they're really old tires. And actually, so are those over there. But I don't want to risk running old tires, so my goal is to sell these, get some extra money, put that towards wrapping the cat eye, help me out some financially, because I really need some financial support with that truck. It's costing a lot of money to do all this stuff I'm doing to it. And once we get done with Myrtle Beach and get on towards Daytona, and once Daytona's come and gone, we're gonna focus more on this truck. But the whole reason I had to go buy those is because those are 8 lug, these are 5 lug. I can't really use these. I could swap those rims onto these, but I don't feel like going through all that for some old tires. Later on down the road, I want to put some 42s on it. I want to put 42s on it because the axles I'm getting are coming with a 9-inch Superlift, and Superlift's website actually says that their 9-inch clears up to 40s, and these are 40s, and this is a 6-inch. And I'm telling you, if I had like another 2 inches of lift, I'd clear them, no problem. So I'm definitely gonna throw some 42s on those 16.5 by 12s over there later on down the road. But for now, we're just gonna run the 37s on the 9-inch lift. Looks like I skipped leg day a little bit, but it'll look all right. But before I keep rambling on and we lose daylight, I need to jack this truck up and get to pulling this axle out. All right, everybody, we've got all of the tires off the truck. The truck is on jack stands, and it got dark very, very fast. So I think this is about as far as I'm going to get tonight, sadly. Tomorrow, when I get home from work, we're going to get to pulling the front axle out, and see you guys then. All right, everybody, first thing we're going to start out with is the steering linkage. I want to get all of that apart and then start working on the axle. Okay, after I got the steering linkage off, I want to go ahead and jump in and get this shock out and get this coil spring top mount unbolted, and then we'll move on from there. A quick tip when working with shocks, pass-through kit really helps. I thank Brandon for this. think this is the second time I've ever used it, but I really needed it, so thank you. Okay, now that we're messing with the brake line, I have a catch pan underneath to catch all the brake fluid. It's gonna drain out. I'm actually not too upset about that, because I know this brake fluid's old, and I think the truck was leaking brake fluid because when I got in it, it had none in it. So it'd probably be good to do a complete bleed on the entire truck. So let this drain out, and when I have the new axle, I'll fill it back up and we'll do a full bleed then. But just want to inform you guys, I'm not too worried about it draining. All right, next day, I don't remember what I last finished off of, but we're getting the radius drop bracket unbolted, and that will be it for the passenger side. I just have to get the clip off for the brake line. It's still clipped down to the frame, but besides that, we've got everything taken care of, and should be able to jump onto the driver's side here soon. Bolts on each side that you have to remove, and then there's a bolt here, and there's a bolt here, and I have all of the bottom ones removed except for one right here, and these two bolts are still in. But first I want to get this clip off because I can't keep my brake line, so I'm giving them to the guy that I'm trading axles with, and I need to get this clip off in order to take this brake line off. And in order to drop this axle, I gotta get this brake line off. So I'm gonna do that off camera. It's just a clip on the back right here. Just pop it off with a pair of pliers or screwdriver, anything like that. And then I'm gonna drop this bracket and drop this whole side of the axle over here and get that coil spring out. And then we'll drop it. We'll drop the driver's side, and then we'll do the center brackets. All right, I don't wanna show you guys the same steps on the driver's side. Everything is the exact same, just on a different side. I don't want to bore you doing the complete same thing over there. Everything is the same, like exactly the same. And I'm just getting the axle dropped. I'm not taking steering linkage apart or anything like that. I'm just dropping it. I'm trading the die straight up like that. So I'm gonna try and get it done before dark, and hopefully we can get to the rear axle tonight. Rear axle is just shocks, U-bolts, drive shaft. The only thing I didn't show you guys was unbolting the drive shaft, and I'll show you what you need to do. To unbolt the drive shaft, you just want to come in and take these bolts or nuts off right here. It'll release this clip on the back of the U-joint, and you just pop it off. There'll be these two nuts and two more on the other side. It's the same exact way on the other side of the drive shaft, and it's the same for the rear. Just take those off. The drive shaft, you might have to like tap it with a hammer, but that's about it. All right, everybody, it is the next day. I didn't even start recording when I got home. I just went ahead and tackled the front axle. It is day 3. Sounds like a very long time, but I've had about 40 minutes of daylight each night when I get home from work. I come straight home. I don't even go inside and change. I just go right to work. But the front axle is completely unbolted. The only thing holding it in right now is the drop brackets, and it's, I believe, 3 bolts on each side. It's 2 or 3 bolts on each side, and it drops. But the radius arm drop brackets are completely unbolted. The drive shaft is unbolted. Coil spring, shocks, everything. I would love to show you me dropping it, but guys, it's not very good light out here, and I like my videos to be good quality, and there's no point in me just showing you me dropping it. I can show you what bolts you need to take out for the drop bracket, but I'm sure if you have a rough country lift on your truck, you already know how to do this, because I mean, the rough country drop brackets. But I'll show you kind of where your axle would normally bolt in. If you come down and look, you can see these drop brackets right here and right here. This axle used to normally bolt up here. So I just have to take out these 2 bolts, and then there's a bolt there, and I believe there's one more higher up. But I mean, it's simple as that. Take those out and the axle will drop. I do suggest having somebody with you when you do this, because I am doing it by myself and it is very sketchy to do it by yourself, but I do everything by myself. The Chevy behind me, I completely built in this driveway. When I put the lift on that, I didn't even have power tools. The whole lift, everything was put on with ratchets. So luckily, I'm lucky enough to have electric impact and everything now to really help me take a lot of these things off. But I've always done everything myself. Normally it's by myself. When I was in high school, my dad helped me put this lift on the truck. So now I'm taking it back off by myself. I did that truck completely by myself. 9 times out of 10, I do it by myself. I do it in the driveway. But if you have the opportunity or the ability to have someone to help you, definitely take advantage of that, because doing things like this by yourself can get pretty sketchy at times. Because I mean, trying to hold this axle up by myself, taking everything out, it's pretty scary. You mess up one time, it could end your life. This truck could fall on you. I actually had this truck fall off the jack when I put the rear blocks in, and by the grace of God, it didn't land on me. I still to this day don't know how it didn't, but it missed me, and I thank God every day for that, because I probably wouldn't have legs if it would have landed on me. But moral of the story is, guys, take advantage of the help that you can get. Don't just overlook things like that, because if you have someone there that's willing to help you, it definitely makes a big difference rather than doing it by yourself. So I'm gonna get this axle dropped out, and I'll try and show you guys as much as the rear axle as I can. It is currently Wednesday. I'm hoping you guys are watching this Wednesday night. I don't know if I'll have time to edit it tonight or not, but if it went up Thursday, I apologize for it being late. If it didn't go up late, then keep on going. And just like that, everybody, the axle is completely dropped to the floor. It wasn't as sketchy as I thought. Getting the last bolt out of the driver's side drop bracket was probably the hardest thing, because once it had all the weight on it, it didn't want to come out. But spent a little bit of time and finally got it out. If you come back here to the rear, all the U-bolts or the nuts for these U-bolts are 7/8. You have your 2 shocks. What I'm gonna do is just unbolt the top one, and then I'm gonna unbolt my brake line from right here. And then I believe you have to take this apart to get to the parking brake, I believe. I'll have to do some research on that, but I'm not gonna bore you guys with showing you how to drop a rear axle. If you can drop that, I guarantee you, you can drop this no problem. The drive shaft works the same way. U-bolts, you just have the 4 nuts on each side. Shocks and brake line, easy as that. Like I said, I don't want to bore you just dropping the rear axle. The front axle is the hardest thing to do, and if you got through that, you'll go through the rear axle with no problem. I want to thank you all for watching this video. I know it wasn't very exciting, but the fact that we're getting solid axles for the Ford is pretty exciting in my opinion. I don't remember if I told you, it's been a couple days. The solid axles have 9-inch super lift springs on them, so Ford will be going up. That's why I got the 37s over there. I believe I told you, but just in case I didn't, gonna say it again. Guys, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I have to thank a lot of you. A couple videos ago, I mentioned that our people watching the videos are not subscribed was at 80%, and it is all the way down to 74%. That is the lowest it has been since I started my channel. So I want to thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. And like I say in every video, if you want to see the Ford build in solid axle swapped, or you want to see the Cat Eye Chevy behind me getting built, just go down, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, takes a couple seconds to do, and it helps me out, lets YouTube know that you guys like my videos, you guys would like to see more of my videos. It will recommend more of my videos to you and to other viewers, so it will help me out, and you guys get to see more videos a lot easier. So please go down, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this video, comment what you'd like to see next, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.